Right now at 6, the city of Pittsburgh is going to make improvements to the city through federal investments. We'll have the details. And a Pittsburgh resident receives a special honor. Also, some kids got to go out in the nice weather and do some fishing. You're watching the KOAM News at 6, and it starts right now. Good evening. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Chris Warner. 3 inmates from the Barry County Sheriff's Office have escaped. 29-year-old Lance Stevens, 29-year-old Matthew Crawford, and 37-year-old Christopher Blevins escaped from the Barry County Jail this morning. Stevens was being held on drug charges and unlawful use of a weapon. Crawford was held on felony stealing, and Blevins was held on drug charges, vehicle tampering, and unlawful possession of a firearm. The 3 men are considered armed and dangerous, and the sheriff's office says if you see them or know their whereabouts, do not approach them and call 911 immediately. City of Pittsburgh will be making some improvements through federal investments. U.S. Senator from Kansas Jerry Moran was on hand for the announcement today. The police department is receiving $235,000 for new tasers and virtual reality training. The city is also getting $3 million for a new water treatment plant that will last 75 years.
There's going to be actual equipment that the officers will put on, like a headset, other sensors on the body, and they would be placed into this controlled training environment where they'd be placed in situations where they'd have to exercise de-escalation skills.
Senator.
The treatment plant is expected to cost a total of $40 million. The city is looking for other investment partners to help with the cost so it doesn't fall completely on taxpayers. Senator Moran was also on hand to announce a special honor for a Pittsburgh resident. Johnny Bima and his late twin brother Louis served in Southeast Asia during World War II as part of the Merrill's Marauders. In 2020, Congress approved legislation to give the Marauders the Congressional Gold Medal for their service. Today, Johnny and Louis' family were awarded that medal.
This is a great honor for me. We're pleased. The Congressional Gold Medal is something that is not presented very many times, and to be here in Pittsburgh with a community, with a family, with a veteran that is deserving of a Congressional Gold Medal is a special occasion for me, but I hope so much that it's a special occasion for them and their families.
The medal was awarded during a ceremony at Pitt State's Veterans Memorial. For state weather now, Doug Heddy joining us on what's been a beautiful day.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a pretty good Friday for us today. Temperature is great. We have seen plenty of sunshine. Just a few mid and upper level clouds have been streaming through the region. But if you want to get outside during the evening hours, it looks fantastic. Now, of course, we're tracking showers, thunderstorms developing in parts of Colorado, New Mexico, down through Texas, and also Oklahoma, the panhandles, and eventually we're going to get some clouds. We may get some scattered showers and a few thunderstorms in here by tomorrow due to that batch out to the west, but until then, we look great. Most of us are sitting mid to upper 70s. Look at the evening planner. We drop back through the 70s, eventually into the 60s, and then down into the upper 50s later on tonight. Thunderstorm chances in the forecast again. We're going to look at that here in just a bit.
All right, Doug, thank you. Tulsa officials are praising police for their response after a gunman entered a medical building on Wednesday and opened fire, killing 4 people before taking his own life. Shay Smith has more.
I cannot begin to thank the men and women of the Tulsa Police Department for the immediate response that they had to the incident yesterday.
Tulsa Police Chief Wendell Franklin says at 4:52 the initial call came in from a third party who was on a video chat with someone at the medical building.
At 4:53 p.m. we received a 911 call about a shooter in a building. We then continued to receive multiple calls that were more specific on a shooter being on the 2nd floor of the Natalie building.
At 4:56, the first group of Tulsa police officers arrived on scene. At 4:58, TPD says they heard one last gunshot, which they believe was the suspect taking his own life. Multiple Oklahoma law enforcement agencies responded to the shooting within minutes.
It's Tulsa Police, Tulsa Fire, Tulsa County Sheriff, FBI, ATF, Light Horse Police. I mean, I could go on and on. There were so many people, which really just tells you we have a lot of great people in this community that want to help.
Today, the mayor thanking the first responders who ran into the building to try and save others.
I spoke with an officer yesterday who's a seasoned veteran of the department, and he was one of the first people to get here. And he said, Mayor, it was like the beaches of Normandy out there. Everywhere I looked, to my left and my right, there were officers running towards that building, jumping over bushes, getting around anything in their way between them and that threat so that they could save people. That is the law enforcement community that we have here.
Chief Franklin says his officers go through thorough training for not if, but when an incident like this happens. And on June 1st, it happened.
Because we have seen the violence that has taken place throughout the United States, and we would be naive not to think that that would not happen in our jurisdiction.
The shooter was later identified as Michael Lewis. Police say they found a letter on him that made it clear he came to the hospital to kill a doctor who he blamed for ongoing pain that he experienced following a back surgery. Coming up, the Neosho Fish Hatchery held their fishing derby today. We'll tell you more about it. Plus, Columbus held their grand opening for a new splash pad. With school almost out for the summer, parents were looking for some summer activities for their kids. Well, the Neosho Fish Hatchery had them covered. Fish Hatchery held its fish derby today. It provided an opportunity for kids to fish, and some kids even caught their first ever fish.
I actually see some of these kids catching their fish for the very first time. And not only do they bring back a lot of memories, but it's very heart touching. You know, because I remember that feeling, when I caught my first fish. And if I can see these kids do that, I mean, that is so awesome, to see.
I don't really know how big the fish is, and so, yeah, hopefully I don't get dragged in.
That's what I always hoped when I was a kid. Well, whatever trout the kids caught, they were able to take home. And if fishing isn't your kid's forte, well, maybe a splash pad. That is a tongue twister. A splash pad might be down their alley. Check this one out. Columbus, Kansas had their grand opening for the H&H Splash Pad at Discovery Park today for all people to go out and cool off from the warm weather. The grand opening had live music, food trucks, and Columbus Fire Rescue grilling for a fireworks fundraiser. The splash pad can be located in the southeast corner of the square. But if you're not feeling water in general, we may just have something else for you. If live music, prize drawings, food, and car shows is more your cup of tea, then head on over to Galena to enjoy Galena Days. It starts at the end of this newscast. That'll be 6:30. It's going to run until 10. And if you can't make it today, do not worry. Galena Days will continue through Sunday. Now, for more information, you can head over to our website. That's KOAMNewsNow.com/events and search Galena Days. The events page will also have a link with Bronte Saratsky doing a full interview with event organizer Ashley Groves for Galena Days. And if you're ever on the go and you want to still be able to watch our newscast live, there's one thing you need to do. You just download the KOAM Plus app. It's available free of charge on the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store, as well as Roku and Amazon Fire TV. All you need to do is search for KOAM Plus. Well, after the forecast, we have details over how the drought is affecting wheat harvests in Kansas.
You've been counting.
Well, it definitely turned out to be a great day for us today. Temperature is fantastic. We actually got quite a bit of sunshine across the region. Nice shot. Indigo Sky Casino and Resort. If you want to get out this evening, it looks fantastic. We're going to have partly to mostly clear skies, and temperatures are looking pretty good. But a nice shot. Indigo Sky just outside of Seneca, Missouri. Look at the temps. We have an easterly wind, mid to upper 70s to near 80. You can see Chanute sitting at about 80 degrees. So slow drop as we go through the evening hours. Here's 7th. Here's Rangeline. Currently outside sitting at 78. Northerly winds light. Humidity not bad at about 39%. Through the evening hours, we slide back through the 70s into the 60s. Refreshing later on tonight as we drop back into the mid to upper 50s for overnight lows. We look good here out to the west. Thunderstorms getting going out across Colorado, New Mexico, panhandles of Oklahoma and Texas, and eventually that batch will head toward us. It's really going to fall apart, but it's going to give us some clouds and some scattered showers, even a few thunderstorms, especially as we head into tomorrow and tomorrow afternoon. But no big storm systems, but we have a lot of weak little waves, which are going to head toward us as we go through about the next week or so. Let's go through time. Evening looks good. We'll stop in the morning hours. You can see some clouds increasing out to our west. We're sitting into the 50s. Let's go through the morning. Clouds increase. These are leftover showers and thunderstorms. So by the noon hour, we'll be into the mid-70s. A lot of clouds during the afternoon, and we can't rule out a chance that we're going to get a few scattered showers or a few scattered little thunder showers during the afternoon. 56 to start, 74 by noon, high temp of 79, southerly winds 5 to 15. Then we go into tomorrow night. We've got to watch and see if a complex can develop to our northwest, and if so, these will get in Sunday morning. You can see here's 8:30 in the morning. Some of these storms could be strong, possibly severe, as they dip on through. Also some heavy amounts of rain. Then we clear out by the time we head into Sunday afternoon. Then guess what? Let's do it again. Here's Sunday night into Monday morning. Another round of showers, thunderstorms, some heavy amounts of rain, and even a severe threat as these dive through by Sunday morning. So we get rid of this batch and we just continue the trend. As we go into Tuesday afternoon, we get more showers, more thunderstorms. We continue it again. Here comes Wednesday, another batch of showers and thunderstorms. As we go into Thursday, another batch of showers and thunderstorms. So plenty of chances for rain all next week. You can see temperatures overall look pretty good, upper 70s to near 80 degrees. But rainfall amounts, this could be a problem as we go through the next week. 4, 5, 6, 7 inches. So we are going to have some flash flooding issues once again as we go into the next week. But at least temperatures over the weekend are shaping up pretty good. Chris?
Doug, thank you. Certainly something to watch. Well, with the drought conditions in Kansas, some say we could see a smaller wheat harvest this year compared to previous years. Reporter Grant DeMars has more on how the drought has impacted wheat production.
The world's breadbasket could be emptier than usual this year.
They say wheat has 9 lives, and so it's used up several of them this year.
Stephen McLeod in Harvey County says months of prolonged drought has kept the crop from growing to its full potential.
We had a dry winter and a dry spring, which again limited its growth.
Aaron Harries with Kansas Wheat says lower than average yields are likely and predicts Kansas will harvest 100 million fewer bushels than last year.
If you took what USDA projects for harvested bushels in Oklahoma, Texas, and Kansas and added those up, it's still less than the total of what Kansas harvested last year.
Geography plays a significant role. Western Kansas has seen months without rain. But McLeod says in Harvey County, he doesn't expect too much yield reduction.
Both sides of either side of the head in the mesh are beginning to fill, and you'll also see the third row on either side, which that is where you really begin to see a good strong yield.
McLeod says the quality of this year's wheat crop will likely be spotty. On the one hand, some of the heads look really nice, but on the other, there are clear signs of disease on the leaves. These issues come as commodity prices are higher than usual, above $10 each bushel. So 100 million fewer bushels in Kansas than usual adds up to about $1 billion loss.
It comes at a time when the world market situation is a little tight, and that's why you're seeing the reflection in the prices.
McLeod says even with commodity prices high, he hopes it's enough to offset higher input costs caused by inflation.
Fertilizer, chemicals, herbicides, pesticides, all of those things, a tremendous factor in terms of the profitability of farms and farmers.
Still ahead, a former Joplin High School standout commits to return to Joplin and play football at Missouri Southern, and the St. Louis Cardinals aim to even the series against their rival, the Chicago Cubs. We'll have the highlights after the break.
The Joplin Outlaws lost a tough one to open the season last night, falling to the Nevada Griffins 5-4. The Outlaws are right back on the field tonight, aiming to bounce back and pick up their first win of the summer. Joplin hosted the Des Moines Peak Prospects this evening at Joe Becker Stadium. First pitch for that one will be at 7 o'clock. We'll have the highlights from the game right here tonight at 10. The St. Louis Cardinals dropped their series opener to the Cubs last night, falling 7-5. Now that loss snapped a 3-game winning streak for the Cardinals. And this afternoon, the Cards try to get back on track and even up the series against Chicago. Not a great start. Patrick Wisdom hammers a 3-run home run in the first to put the Cubs up 3-0. Third inning, though, Cards down 3-1. Paul Goldschmidt gets a 3-run jack of his own. Extends his hitting streak to 25 games. Gives the Cardinals their first lead of the day. Then they started rolling. Fourth inning, Corey Dickerson gets his first homer of the year. A solo shot breaks a 4-4 tie to put the Cards back in front. Then same inning, Nolan Gorman with 2 on, up and out for the 3-run home run. His third of the summer. Cardinals pull away and hammer the Cubs today 14-5. In the American League, the Kansas City Royals have been struggling a little bit lately. Kansas City has lost 4 straight and 11 of their last 13. Tonight they try to turn things around against the Houston Astros, who have won 4 games in a row. First pitch for that one is scheduled for 7:10. Former Joplin High School football standout Alex Curry has decided to come home to continue his college football career. Curry has committed to play next season for Atiba Bradley and the Missouri Southern Lions. Now, out of high school, Curry signed to Division I Southeast Missouri State in 2020. Now, that's where he spent the 2021 season last fall, but he did not use a year of eligibility, so he comes to Southern with 4 years of eligibility remaining. Before Southeast Missouri State, Curry was a monster for Joplin High School. He was a 2-time first-team All-State selection as an offensive lineman, helping the Eagles finish as the Missouri Class 6 state runner-up as a junior in 2019. Here he is on coming back home to Joplin to finish his college career.
I really liked Missouri Southern just because I have a bunch of people that go there. I know a lot of people there, and I really just wanted to play for something that was more than me. I always wanted to play with Glades and Simmons. We had played for each other while we were kids, 3rd through 12th grade, and I really enjoy playing with those guys. They're good teammates, good bodies, and hopefully we can do something great and bring back the winning tradition to Southern.
And that's a look at sports. We're back with more news after this.
We take this time now to honor one of our many four-state heroes. Delbert Herlock served in the U.S. Army from 1945 to 1947, his hometown, Iola, Kansas. And we salute Corporal Delbert Herlock, a four-state hero. And of course, learn more about our other heroes, or if you'd like to nominate one of your own at any time, you can do that at KOAMNewsNow.com. Here's a look at what's coming up on the KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. We're going to have the latest on a tropical system taking aim at Florida this weekend. Plus, baby formula maker Abbott is set to reopen its plant in the coming days. And a puppy shot by an arrow now has a new home. Those stories and a lot more tonight on the KOAM News at 9 on Fox 14. And don't forget, we got a lot of rain chances this week, as Doug mentioned, so you can be the first to know about it and any of the day's weather with this KOAM Skywatch weather app. Get severe weather updates sent straight to your phone, and it is free. It's available in the Apple App Store and the Google Play Store. All you need to do is search for the KOAM Skywatch weather app. Not weather wrap, but weather app. Something else that we've got going on is Jacob Leonard, and he's standing here, and he has something to say about sports tonight.
I do. That's what I get paid to do. The St. Louis Cardinals have put themselves in a pretty good spot with the winning streak over the last few weeks. The 2.5 games behind the Brewers for first place in the NL Central, but they do have a 2-game lead for the second wild card spot in the National League, so plenty of baseball to play. But right now, they're in a good position.
Man, they did pretty good in that last game there. Jacob, thank you so much. That is our time for now. We'll see you back here at 9 and 10. Thanks for making us part of your night.
Salon services